And I also look forward to this episode in particular. The last episode is very frustrating.
For you or for us?
That is the understatement
more for us than for you.
campaign.
Yeah.
Well,
it's like nothing like bashing your head against the wall.
to be honest, while you're tracking monsters and trying to do a grid and keeping numbers to a central point, it does get a little confusing. So, yeah, it was
A lot.
No, but actually, I listened to the last episode, did a really great job of sort of tracking things, keeping Tom as his entry as the center point.
The point.
Yeah, it was good. Good stuff, guys.
Wait, that exact sentence was, you did a really great job of sort of tracking things.
Sort of tracking things.
Sort of tracking
But
things,
here's where I
yes.
failed. And Rules God, you actually tried to correct me, and we'll keep this corrected for tonight or from here out, is when I do average damage, you have to add the plus as a full damage, and you just half the dice damage.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that makes
So
sense.
if it's 4d10 plus 18,
Yeah.
the 18 goes, and it's half 4d10, so it'd be 20
Oh,
plus
yeah.
18.
Right.
The plus will always be there because that's static, yeah.
I was cutting it in half. I was giving you guys something there.
Oh, nice. Yeah, thanks for that. We appreciate that.
Thank you for that present.
so
Yeah.
sweet.
We won't be getting
Which
that this
means we
round.
could have died way sooner.
No, wait, hold on. Let's translate that. What that translates to is like, guys, when you go out of this thing, you're in deep shit. I'm just saying. It's going to be much
Are you guys
worse.
sure you want to leave this mansion? I mean, it's got all the comforts of home.
Oh, that's
in
right.
that
No, we'll
home.
stay here
I mean,
forever.
It's
It's our new home now.
And we have a nice picture up for everybody that can see this online.
maybe we just get a different interior decorator in here.
Yeah, you're in Tom's mansion. But before we see Tom's mansion, would you guys like to hear the cold open?
We sure would.
Maybe catch
Do it.
everybody up. What do you think?
Yes, yes,
Absolutely.
yes.
Okay, here we go.
please.
In the last episode,
Dun, dun,
Dun-dun-dun.
when your mission is to save the universe,
Walrus, I've seen a vision between the darkness and the light, and it's of water, endless ocean.
the Fellowship does what it takes.
Good job, Mel.
This is what happens when I don't drink.
They take on the meanest of enemies.
So whose turn is it?
I don't know, just holy fuck, there's a kraken in front of us.
Holy fuck.
I mean, we can let it pass.
They never get jealous.
The protean cloak that I have, it's I'm using the +5 on my will.
Good job.
You guys have the coolest stuff. I don't have any magic stuff.
Says the
you
guy
don't
who
have
can
any
transform
magic
into like a half a zoo.
I don't have any magic.
They look to understand the odds.
It looks like I can fight them, but they're still so far away.
You think you saw one of their teeth, and it looks Vorpal too.
Looks what?
Vorpal.
I don't know what that means.
Really sharp.
Fantastic.
They're never chicken.
And I like to play dead.
I love it when the paladin plays possum.
That's so good.
Hey, I'm a liberator.
He's drawing them in.
Because I can't get close enough to them, so I'm just going to try and draw them in instead and see if I can.
There you go. You shouldn't reveal your secrets to the DM. When things look their worst. This is like epic battle.
Oh, you're down 64 points in. Left.
No worries.
It's do or die. The Fellowship has an answer.
Thurman speaks. I wish the whole fellowship can see completely naturally on this entire plane. That's my wish.
And when things look even more worse than the worstest,
I just don't want to die, is what I'm saying.
Likewise.
they always support each other's achievements.
All right, so hold on a second.
I just want to say that, doing a double critical and then have him come and do 15, it's not really appropriate.
10.
I was fine giving you guys the glory. I was going to heal, but
It's called Star Stealer.
Star Stealer.
They work as one team. All right, you killed it. Bam.
Look at this, 10 stars.
There we go. Finally.
Star ceiling.
By the way, Will, that's why I was frustrated at this thing.
They solve problems together.
So, am I good to cast a wish as well?
Oh, you're gonna do a wish?
Yeah. I'm going to wish that all creatures currently assailing the party of something stupid no longer exist.
I did that once on one Baylor, and I wished him out of existence. And because he didn't exist, something happened where actually 2 Baylors appeared in his place.
What does he sound like when he makes this wish?
That was awesome.
That was amazing.
And here are a bunch of random Uncle Walrus bites.
Hey, Kurt, way to use your serpent, buddy. Hello, dum-dum. Freezing darkness. Oh, my God.
Welcome to episode 51
Underwater fireworks.
of the Loaded Dice Rollers.
It got intense here, Loaded Dice Rollers.
Underwater fireworks. It's a great band name.
Wow, that was amazing.
Good band name, actually.
Great.
Wow.
What an emotional roller coaster that episode was. Oh my God.
I
Up
was
and down and all around.
I mean, that sums it up really well.
Really, the magic of that. Yes.
Yeah.
Having lived through it feels differently.
Wow.
Having lived through it so far.
It's more cathartic, to live through it, I think.
It's true, Kurt's right.
Is that what we tell our therapists when we see them after this?
Pretty much.
All right, so we are...
Yes, I set my session immediately after this podcast
Right.
to go talk to my therapist.
They're on speed dial. They're in the other Zoom window.
Like,
Hold on, let me just close
Saturday
this
morning.
one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to this one.
Yeah.
So we are in this mansion, right? Tom's mansion.
Right.
Tom's glorious mansion.
THERMAN'S glorious mansion.
Look, here it is. It's awesome.
Beautiful.
Yeah, in the history of the name spells, it should be THERMAN'S glorious mansion.
Termins.
Thank you, Walrus.
Eugenia and Warrock are having a talk, I guess.
I like that conference table. I feel like we should all be sitting around there because I think, to the credit of the Fellowship of Something Stupid, we're looking to turn that name around, and everybody taking advantage of this amazing respite that Thurman has created for us.
So we name ourselves the Stupid Something of Fellowship?
Exactly.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's all in the branding. It's all in the branding.
Okay.
But if you do that, Thurman has to leave his throne. You cool with that, Therms?
Does he need help getting down?
He might need help getting down.
How's the weather up there?
Do we have to pick you up and put you down so you don't fall when you jump down?
Servants, take me down to the table. That's my friend.
He's got 50 servants.
Carry my little body to the table. Do they carry him down on the chair like a Jewish wedding? And they just have him like lift him up and down on his way to the conference table?
You know what? We should play a game called Therman Toss. It'll be fun.
I am so down for that.
He has an entire court in this castle, like dedicated to Thermantos.
Oh my God. This is a little weird.
Strange statues of naked men around. It's quite uncomfortable at times.
They're all from
Not
classical period.
uncomfortable
They're all
for me.
That is weird.
It was like, fine. So, Thurman, look, we owe a great deal to you. I mean, your magical prowess, especially with how far we've come and the scope of your power has increased to such an impressive level that we have some time here to regain our senses and discuss things moving forward because, look, by my estimation, if we finish what's waiting for us outside, there's not much more to 6 left. And I think we can assume that our destinies are entwined with the tyrant. So one way or another, we're coming towards him with a great deal of rapidity.
And just for those who are tuning in now, Walrus, can you tell them what the 6 are?
Ah, yes, the Severed Six. They were a team of great heroes led by my great grand relative, General Simon Arnestan. Oh no, I'm Simon. Sorry, actually I'm not. I'm Fred Winkelberg. But led by my. Oh, it's interesting that the GM is suddenly producing a mini that could serve as that individual that we haven't met yet.
It is. Lord. That's him. That's him.
Right. So he faced the Whispering Tyrant hundreds of years ago, although time seems to have no meaning no more. And then, and there's the Whispering Tyrant for anyone interested. That's the SOB that's coming up next, or relatively soon. But after facing down the Whispering Tyrant in his time, Arnestan and some of the magic users thought it'd be best to wipe the Whispering Tyrant from the timeline altogether. So he and 5 of his trusted men that ranged from a different group of classes and abilities slipped into the time stream to try to wipe Baltyphon, I think was his name when he was alive. Bartaphon from the records of history. And that turned out quite poorly, as we've seen, because the jig was up and I think the tables were turned on them, and we've been systematically wiping them out as a result of their folly. And all of them have kind of fallen under the sway of most likely the tyrant or just heinous fates. And they've all come back in some form of undead or lictum. And we continued.
Did you say lictum?
Yeah, lictum.
Okay.
We licked them because they were a lictum, right? So, and we're righting the wrongs, and we continue to be on the right side of history, whatever that's shaping up to look like. Or I guess we're rewriting what was rewritten.
Side note, dear listener, if this is the very first episode of the Loaded Dice Rollers podcast you're listening to, please turn this episode off and go back to episode 1 because we have put in too much time, effort, and humor into this podcast for you to just tune in on the penultimate episode.
Yeah, that's
Thank
true.
you.
If this was a comic book, there would have been a lot of asterisks. And all that.
This is like a 3 now. This is like the Lord of the Rings 3
Spoilers.
series. Yeah.
Spoilers.
Yeah, spoilers. The Return of the King. Yeah.
I'm gonna give Walrus a star for that. That was awesome. Thanks, buddy.
That was well done.
That's great.
Or Fino Linktelstein, what's your name?
What
was your name?
What is it?
Edward Gross.
There you go.
Edward Gross.
Oh wait, he's trying to say it. Okay, I got it. It was Fred something. I don't know, but
Savage.
I don't know.
Flintstone.
Yeah. Names.
Richards.
They don't matter. Great job. So you find yourselves having a serious conversation. You just beamed into the mansion. You can spend the night. It's 24 hours. Tom, what was the spell?
The spell is Magnificent Thermantydron Mansion.
And it is magnificent. It comes with 24 servants, all the food you could want, all the beer that you could want. Important for you, Jenny. Not Elysian beer, but pretty close. And
beggars can be choosers.
Yeah, this is the best. This is probably the best place you guys have ever slept, to be honest.
So this is a timed spell, though. This isn't like a little pocket dimension. Like we can't arm this to the nines with like cannon and whatnot and just sail this mansion around dimensions and kill things. We actually have to leave at some point.
I would love if Thurman figured out, in his wise old years, he might actually figure that out.
The Airbnb contract's about to end. We're gonna have to leave.
The floating mansion that goes around with cannons on it. That would be great.
That would be awesome.
So what happened last episode is you guys made a couple of wishes to kind of get away from these beasts, and you were kind of getting torn up a little bit. And Tom made a door that's invisible and said, "Hey, over here," and you guys all went through it. And so you ended up in the mansion, and the door is completely hidden. Even under seeking abilities in water, it would be very difficult to find by any means, except for probably a wish or a miracle. So your enemy turtle is not going to use that on you. So you guys have 24 hours. What do? You first gather at this table? We see you guys at a table.
I ate food. I'm hungry.
Uh-huh.
Hey, you over there, you tiny thing, can feed me.
Tom, you see them bring her like a feast, and the mistake that you start shaking your head at, Thurman starts shaking his head at, is they brought her cups. So there's cups of water, there's cups of juice, there's cups of beer, all in front of her.
As this happens, like as this whole like conversation dinner thing, I keep on asking for like another because I'm drinking it and then putting it in my bag of holding.
Oh.
I yell at the servant, "You fool! You killed us all!"
You
So I
know
have
those
about,
cups
like,
aren't real, right?
10 cups. I don't care.
You can throw them at the servants if you want. They kind of like that. They're masochists a little bit.
Who says I have to throw them at your
how would
servants?
you
Why
know
can't I
that?
just
It is
throw it
Thurman's
at you?
Well, I've been
Throw
in
them
this
at the monster. If you're gonna throw them at anybody.
manner before.
They're real to me. The cups are real to me.
No.
Nice.
Thurman, what manner of manner is this?
Well, it's
Hey, carrot on the board. Just nicely done.
it's the type of manner that you want to use your manners at.
Ooh.
Get what you want and not what you need.
Turnabout is fair play. I'm liking this episode so far.
Walrus, I
Fantastic.
understood what you just said, and I think all of our family understand the importance of our mission. That turtle, that almost destroyed us. It almost took us down, but there's something more evil. I felt it. Something more powerful out there, out that door. And in the next several hours after rest, we must face it.
Aye. Yeah, we know that one of the six is here and waits for us. I mean, it's where our paths have kept going. So we've got the time here thanks to you, Thurman. Your ability to shape things in reality, I think we need to plan accordingly. Look, we've got greater powers than we ever could have imagined. And I think we're looking at the end game of whatever this is. So we have to plan accordingly and choose our next steps wisely.
So just hypothetically, like, the time runs out on the spell, and say, like, again, hypothetically, one of us says we don't leave the mana and the spell ends. What happens to us?
You got a squatter, Tom.
Then you become one of these statues with a tiny little penis on it.
That's why I ask you. I'm curious about these things. I practice little magic. I'm not as good as you or Uncle Walrus or any of you. I'm learning.
I think we need to fight together this time.
Oh.
I know that we tried to separate, and I know why we did it. But it seems like we're stronger when we're one and united.
You're telling me the Scooby-Doo strategy didn't work out? What? The hell you say?
Sermon, truer words. So, and I think, look, we need to tap into the abilities that we have here to see if we can mitigate these environments, which are obviously quite foreign to us. You did a stand-up job before, Termin. We were able to see where we couldn't before, so at least we got a beat in the enemies. We need to figure out a way to mitigate the same way again.
Guys, I'm going to interrupt you all because I almost died out there. We have to stay together and we have to fight as a unit and go out there and go right towards these things quickly and together. There's no playing dead. There's no being out of combat. We all need to be there because we can't fight in different pieces. We have to be one unit.
And Termin, and you're right, Orak. Next time I'll keep a better eye on you. I didn't realize what a pounding you were taking up there. And I'll make sure that doesn't happen again.
What a star stealer you were.
I'm sorry, I just had this image flash through my mind.
Forced into that.
We get to the last episode, we finally beat the big bad, and we're like, let's find out who this really was, and we take the mask off. Analyst?
That's who it's going to be.
Oh, if it wasn't for you rascally fellowships.
Or Baywatch, maybe. You never know.
We could have killed him when we had a chance.
That's great, you guys. So we're going to continue this conversation, but there's so many stars that should have been given out because we're going to do the Players Challenge.
Players Challenge.
Players Challenge.
Players Challenge.
Players Challenge.
At least on this episode, is to remain in character. And yeah. So even if you're rolling or whatever, just remain in character. Let's
roll in like under the influence of Molly.
That's right.
Okay.
Right.
Nice job, you guys. So you gather around the table, you have a conversation. You probably want to break off and sleep for the night, rest. Do you guys want to see the rest of the mansion? It's quite impressive what Thurman has here.
All right, let's do the what was that MTV show from a few years ago?
Does it have a home theater?
MTV Cribs. Let's do the MTV. Hi, my name is Thurman. Welcome to our crib. All right, Kurt, you're the real estate agent. What would you value this property at?
Wow, it depends on where you conjure it. Location is everything.
You want to conjure in a good school district. That's important.
Jenny tried to abduct the main bedroom, but Thurman kicked him out. So
the servants will show you to your rooms. Get a good night's sleep.
I'm hoping they will first show me to the infirmary because I do not feel so good.
Oh, really?
I was down to like 41 health points out of my like 300 and something at the end of the last match. So.
Oh yeah, you're all healed.
No, they'll heal us.
Walrus does like 2 bursts and gets you guys back, and then he sleeps and gets it all back.
Between the ward medic and stuff and treat wounds and that. Since we're out of combat,
yeah, you can burn
I'm a surgeon.
He's like Energizer Bunny.
Pretty much, yep.
And Kurt, in the middle of the night, Orak wakes out of bed, and you've never been interested in a library in your entire life, but you hear quite a calling out the door of your bedroom, and if you don't fumble a stealth check, nobody else will see you.
I don't think I can do that.
Just don't fumble it.
It's a leaner. That's a 9 plus 30, 39.
Yeah, you don't fumble it, so you can sneak out. Nobody's going to hear you. Or you could just go to bed. What do you do? You hear a faint...
or you could transform into something tiny and then not be seen here.
Oh, that's true.
Wait, hold on a second. Are we doing the Players Challenge starting now?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
What is the Players Challenge?
Yeah, Brett's going to help. Rules God's going to help me with that.
Remind everyone to help stay in character. Well, this is the problem. I was really rattled because it was the first time in any of the battles I genuinely felt that I could die and not come back. And I was wondering, what the hell am I doing out here fighting for all this? And then I had dreams of, orc raids and all the battles that we've had. And I just woke up and now it's like this, like a ringing, like I don't know. It's like, it's not disturbing, but you can't ignore it. And I don't know where it's coming from.
It slightly reminds you of the bells they used to play during planting week around harvest season, like when they would plant the harvest.
And it's, there's something hollow about it as well. And it's in what room? Where's it going?
You step out of the doorway and you do a perception check, which you probably just don't have to fumble it.
32.
Okay. And it should scare you, but for some reason you feel a calming essence with it. But you see like a luminescent elk sort of behind a doorway, and it does. It seems to be in the library.
Patronus.
That's right.
Different storyline. So I'm going to go towards it, gently, cautiously.
There's no reason to feel cautious. You feel warm and tingly, actually.
Okay.
And it leads you to the library, and you enter the library, and Tom's mansion is well stacked with informative books, things that you haven't been really interested in before. However,
mostly because I can't read, but go on.
Yeah. One book seems to be a picture book.
Oh, good. That looks good. It's kind of shiny as well.
It's already laying out, and it has a front cover of an equinox and a hunter and feasts, and it looks super interesting.
That looks good. And for some reason, the squiggly marks seem to make sense to me on this page. I don't know why. They look I kind of know what it's talking about. It kind of talks to you they make patterns and they mean things like images in your head. Is what they are.
Yeah, and there's a golden arrow that sort of points downward toward the bottom of the book, and that sort of is the center. And it's called The Parables of Aristil, the Green Faith. And you open it up and you see all these pictures of just how to honor, hunting and the animals and farm animal life and all these things, especially things with hooves.
It feels almost like I'm drinking something, and it's coming into me. And I don't know how else to describe it. It's like drinking from a cup.
That's right.
And I see all these things. I've always wanted a family, and I always felt that was something I could never have for some reason. I wasn't allowed to have it because I was the way that I was.
It's called The Parables of Aristil. And the book acts as a guide or an almanac for its followers of Aristil. It includes information strengthening one's family, farming, and wilderness skills. Things that you're really good at kind of already in the wilderness. You just think you could apply them to farming.
Right.
And if you could ever find a woman, you might be able to apply it there.
Well, makes me want to go home. Makes me want to go home and make what I always wanted, which was a family on a farm, and to make that place safe for everyone.
Right. And so you guys all wake up in the morning, and for you, Auroch, you feel like maybe it was kind of a weird dream or just something happened. But as soon as you wake up, you're like clutching this book on your chest, and it says The Parables of Aristil, and it has this downward golden arrow on it. And you're just like, how'd that get here? I thought that was a dream.
It was a dream. I don't really know, but I feel a little bit weird, I guess.
It's a new feeling.
I feel like I want.
You're feeling.
It is. I feel like I'm fighting for a cause, and that I'm fighting against evil, and that is the path that I've chosen to be good and to be lawful.
And Viv, you've woken up next to your brother in the orphanage your whole life, and usually he wakes up like this, like hitting things. But this morning he doesn't.
Doesn't everybody? Hold on.
Yeah, he wakes up with a book. What do you think?
I think it's very strange. I mean, it's something that I've seen other party members wake up as, and it was very similar to how Uncle Walrus sent them and do their occasional wake ups. And I mean, I can kind of tell, like, he's been my brother for my whole life. So I think it's one of those things where it's nice to see him kind of like seem like he's more pinpointed in the direction of the destiny that he wants. But then I go back to sleep.
Yeah, I'm sleeping.
We care, but we don't care that much.
All right. So that was great. So Kurt, you have your first insight. Maybe it was a message from above or around the universe or something, but you've had this insight into a new god, and you can look into this book. You guys still have about 12 hours in the mansion, so what do you do? What's everybody doing?
Somebody else can go, because I took up a bunch of time, so go.
Walrus.
I'm gonna give a star for Kurt. That was pretty cool.
I need to talk to you.
Let's go in this little room that looks like it's got a chamber pot in it, possibly.
That looks like a good place to talk. Next to the ship.
It reminds me of good times and some bad times.
The little column A, column B.
Pretty much. Walrus.
Just whatever you do, you feel uncomfortable in his bedroom, so you want to get him,
this is a
get
nice room you've got here. It must be nice when you're the guy conjuring the mansion, huh? You
Come
get the queen size bed.
Walrus. Come a little closer.
He's behind a dressing screen when you come in.
All right, I'm not gonna lie, this is a little awkward,
Get
but
out of
it's
here.
fine.
Get out of there.
I mean, I've
Fast as
seen
you can.
look, at this point, we've seen him nude or close to nude on more occasions than. I'm just hoping that the time travel actually affects your brain and eliminates the memories, kind of like a quantum leap type of situation.
I'm imagining him being behind the screen, and it's got like.
Uh-oh, he's out of the players challenge.
It's fine. No, sorry, this was too funny.
Oh no!
Players challenge.
Players challenge.
Players challenge.
The players challenge.
I'm imagining him like behind the screen, and he's backlit, and he's got like the classic like cartoonish like hourglass figure, and then he steps out, and it's just Thurman, and you're like looking behind.
Nice. So you and Therms have a chat.
Walrus, get a little closer.
You know, I think this is a fine distance where I'm at now. It's fine. I feel close to you emotionally, so physically, let's just assume that we're good.
Last night, I had another dream.
Well, tell me, your dreams have been fairly prophetic so far, so I want to hear what happened.
The dream was about darkness. I don't think Pharasma helped me.
What do you mean?
I still feel like there's something dead inside me that will never come back. But I wanted to let you know that if I must sacrifice, I am at a place where I'm okay to sacrifice myself for those that I love. And I do love this family. You have given me more than I've ever had. And I promise, if and when the darkness comes, I will put myself in front of it to protect you all.
Thurman, it means a lot. I mean, look, you are a short, angry, one-handed pervert. And sexual deviant is really the best way I can put it. I mean, if I'm being honest.
Thank you.
I don't think you can, I don't think we can argue that. With a bird fetish. So, but all that aside, you are an important part of this family. And look, Thurman, I have had the honor and privilege of adventuring with those deeply connected to their power source, and I have never seen a wizard that can shape reality like you. You're something special. And I didn't even know dwarves could do that. So you're an anomaly in and to itself. And you've been through a lot. You've sacrificed literal life and limb for this family and for glory in itself. I don't think my lady would let that go unappreciated. Now, I don't know what's dead inside you, I understand. Look, we all have a childhood. That could be the sins of the parents for all I know. You had a hard time there when you were living with the vampires. Sure, that wasn't a picnic either. Or the witches that happened afterwards. Boy, you've had quite a tragic backstory, I gotta say. But now here you are with us. And aside from the occasional accidental mass murder that we've caused, or time-altering mistakes, or ripping through the fabric of reality like we do from here and there occasionally, I think I stand by our record overall, and you're no small part of that. But it concerns me when you say you just keep seeing the darkness in your dreams, because you and I, all of us, we're connected somehow with this, and I've had those same visions, and for what I can tell, everything's come to pass. But my lady has brought us here together, and I know she heard my prayer, and I know, Thurman, you are my first miracle, and I know she wouldn't waste that. So whatever may still be wrong, all right, it could be a byproduct of everything that we've experienced, but I know that you have Pharasma's blessing, and I know that she would not let you fall by the wayside.
Will you hug me, Walrus?
Oh, God.
I was really hoping it wouldn't come to this, but you know what? At this stage in the game, at this stage in the game, we might not get this opportunity for these uncomfortable moments much longer. So you know what? I think you've earned it, Thurman. I'm happy to give you a hug. Oh, just keep everything
right
from.
When they go
Hug
in,
up. Please hug up.
I walk up holding some ale, and I walk into Uncle Walrus and half-dressed Thurman, hugging, and I respond, "Well, it's about time," and then I leave.
You knew it was going to happen eventually.
And I grab Walrus tight.
Oh, boy.
Like I never want to let go.
Oh, boy.
Fan base shipped it for this long.
Isn't your head at like waist height? Like waist high?
No, we're bordering on the uncomfortable. That's why I asked him to hug upwards. I don't know.
You're really tall.
Thurman, you actually had a vision beyond the vision you had the prior night. You think that you could stay in this mansion forever and be safe.
Walrus, I think
no matter what happens,
we can stay in this mansion forever and be safe as a family.
And not worry about what happens outside.
We never have to leave. We can just all be together as one.
No, that's pretty spooky.
I'll put my hand on his shoulder and say, there's a lot of forces at work here, Thurman. On his shoulder, specifically his shoulder is what I'm saying. And I actually push myself a little bit distant from him. So to stay out of nipular range or
You
anything
hear me
else.
in the background? Yeah, I saw it. No playing it off now.
Listen, two men can hug and it can be completely, it just can be, it's between bros.
I walk out.
Everybody's a critic. Listen, Thurman, there are a lot of powerful forces at work here, some of which we have, well, I don't mean a pun here, but it's kind of coming off that way. No small hand in, right? We are weaving these powers and controlling them as well, and who knows the lasting effect. But listen, our destiny is not here in this mansion, right? Though it be wondrous and glorious, our fate lies outside that door. And just like this mansion, these brief moments of respite are temporary, unfortunately. We have a heavy burden, and we have to see it through. Those are my visions, and those are your visions, and that's what brought us all together.
Wow, Walrus. For you, Pharasma hears your words. It gives you a +1 bonus all day for attacks and AC. Star.
Oh, yeah, I'll take that all day. Thanks, Pharasma.
Star for Therms. Star for Viv, because that's awesome. And then, all right. You guys are faced with the fact that maybe the mansion stays, maybe it doesn't, but outside is something deadly.
Okay, so Kurt, you and I need to have a heart-to-heart now so that we can catch up to everybody else in terms of stars.
There you go. So you get a star.
Right.
Yes.
Or you could just walk in awkward conversations and walk on
throw a
out.
cup at him.
By the way, Eugenia, I meant to talk to you. No more playing dead. I'm just saying, if you play dead, I'm gonna kill you.
Please express like empty your heart. Like that I want to know.
We need you in the mix. We're gonna go out there, and if I'm gonna die, you're gonna die with me. Is that fair?
Don't take this the wrong way. Like last time when I was playing dead, it was out of strategy. I was at lack for answers, and it was seemingly the only other
I've
option.
never seen someone play dead as well as you.
I walk in on this. I walk in on that statement, and I still have the same beer, and I'm like, you too? God, and I leave, and I go out,
What
and
does
I
a
go
half-orc
and
have to
sit
do to
on,
get some tag in this room?
and I go and sit on Thurman's throne.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Hey.
Keep talking, you guys.
On. So listen, we're gonna get you there. We're gonna get you where you need to be, and this is the thing. We're all very powerful people. We can do amazing things, but we have to do them with each other as a team. Your liberation steps are good if you're only within 30 or something feet of us, so we have to
be
stay
close
together.
by. That's true.
So I think we're being skittish on these spells. Like we will run away, let's find cover, but we're not gonna do that anymore. We're gonna stay together. We're gonna move together, and we're gonna attack together.
This sounds like a good plan. I'm all for it.
Do you intimidate him? Kurt, do you intimidate him?
No, I'm not intimidated.
Okay, good.
That was honest Thorak, and I'm for it.
Honest
I'm here for
Thorak.
it.
Honest Thorak,
That's
come
a
on.
new series. Honest Thorak.
But
Well, he's turning a new leaf. You know, he picked up a book for the first time in who knows how long. And
Nice job, you guys. I'm gonna give you both stars for that. I gotta give Viv a star for taking the throne of the mansion. That's the way it works. So everybody gets a star.
Viv, will you be my queen now that you're sitting on my throne?
I appreciate the offer, but I'd rather just only be the queen with no king.
Negative star for Thurman. No.
I was waiting for Viv to go, where did you come from?
Yeah, right.
They do have the map.
Don't you have pants on?
I might
Wear a
bend
bell,
my
damn it.
knee to you. I would not bend my knee to many, but I might bend my knee to you.
It's very Greatly appreciated. But shouldn't we continue to figure out what we're going to do next? Also, how does time work in your castle mansion thing?
Yeah, we exited for like 10,000 years. The turtles.
I don't know. I haven't figured it out. It's, I think, the same time that we entered.
Everybody roll a D20 natural and let me know what happens.
Any modifiers or just straight D20?
Just straight up. Straight.
Okay.
18.
Nice.
11.
Nat 20. No joke.
Seriously?
Ooh,
Nat
that's
20,
gonna win
baby.
Can you roll a D100 for me?
Me.
Yeah.
Aye.
The high roller.
Aye, Kurt. Aye.
There you go.
Here we go. 98.
What?
I'm predicting
a 17.
Well, given our last two D100s, that could be fantastic.
What is your armor?
Well, with the temporary bonus from Pharasma, right now it's 42, but normally it's 41.
No,
I
what's
guess.
your armor? What kind of armor do you wear?
Oh, I can't wear armor really. I have a +2 greater resilient explorer's clothing.
You can't wear armor as a cleric?
That's not a foreboding question at all.
As a cloister cleric, you really don't. No, as a war cleric, you can, but
I think it's not so much that he can't, it's just that for him to be truly effective, he shouldn't.
Isn't a cloister a Pokemon?
Well, good for playing that. It's great for honesty. You notice that the next day when you wake up that one of the statues is wearing a +3 greater resilient anti-magic, whatever your robe is.
Anti-magic?
Yeah.
What, you mean the resilience? That's just, it's a bonus to save.
It's a resilient, yeah, +3 greater resilient.
So, okay, great. I'll happily exchange with them.
You put it on and you feel yourself go.
Yeah, add anti-magic and see what happens to that. If it's negative, we won't do it.
How do you mean?
It's from It's a gift from Pharasma.
Well, anti-magic just means like no magic works on you. That's probably not.
Is that really what it means?
Does that mean that his magic doesn't work?
Is there?
the spell anti-magic.
Wait. All kidding aside, is there? Oh yeah, there is an anti-magic rune. Son of a bee.
Is there?
I'm gonna add that for free.
Nice.
And then Kurt, inside your book, as you open it up, there are two special bolts inside of it, and they're disintegration bolts.
What is a disintegration bolt?
I think you have to load it in a crossbow. I don't know.
Okay.
I do have a crossbow that if those work for him, I would be willing to hand over because that sounds too cool to not be able to use. Also, we're underwater, so maybe a crossbow isn't the best tool to have.
For now, we're underwater.
I think it's okay.
Fair.
Will, Eugenie finds a reflecting shield. I don't know what that does. It's a reflecting shield.
I can check my image in it. I don't know.
It's good for gold.
You can cheers yourself.
There you go. It's like if nobody else will cheers me, I'll be like, well, fine. I'll just tell myself.
Yeah.
Tom, you find what kind of armor do you have, or what do you have on you?
I have +2 explorer's clothing.
Okay, so you attach major shadow rune to it. And then
what is it?
It's a major shadow rune. When you wake up, you find on your cloak, and you think it's a boon from a god, but you're not sure which one. And Viv, do you have greater disrupting on your axe already?
I don't think so.
I feel like Kurt got gypped on this.
Yeah, I think I kind of did.
Kurt, you get a pair of greater daredevil boots as well.
If he wants my reflective shield, because I've got the
I've
got the tankard, yeah, which acts as the magic shield. So he can have my reflective shield if that'll work for him.
No, I can't use it, friend. I'm mostly in animal form.
Yeah, okay. Oh, that's true, yeah.
Daredevil boots. All right, well, I'll find out. Just try them on.
Viv, were you able to attach greater disrupting to your axe?
I don't have it on me, but I think that would be, I could absolutely write it in.
Write it down. You guys get these boons in the morning?
Best mansion ever.
Reflecting shield's awesome. You should definitely give it to someone who could use it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, whoever
maybe
is
a cleric, Simon.
Well, I mean, it just allows you to reflect a spell like once per day at a pretty high level.
Oh, that's cool.
Can you use a shield, Walrus?
Nobody uses shields.
That's an excellent question.
I think you can.
I've used it like once or twice, but I don't think.
Well, maybe Viv could use it, but remember, it takes an action to raise it.
I usually use Pharasma's power to do that, Auroch. But I'll pick up the shield and play with it and see if I can do it.
Well, you can leave them, but these are gifts for you guys. For you, Thurman, you feel blessed somehow. You're not sure how somebody's blessed you, but it's interesting. There's a god behind you yet.
By the way, I'm using my proteum cloak to add +5 to my will.
We'll just always assume it's on your will unless you change it.
I'll hand the shield back to Auroch and say, Auroch, it's a beautiful piece, and I can tell you it's radiating with magic. Quite a powerful magical item, but I can't do anything with it. It'd be wasted on me. I use Pharasma's magic to shield me.
As long as I'm not in animal form, maybe I can use it.
Yeah, why not?
What's the name of the shield, or what's the descriptor?
If I had to guess, it'd be a reflecting shield.
A reflecting
it's
shield.
Reflecting shield, ing.
Reflecting shield.
Reflect
Or
them,
there's
damn
a
near killed
rectum
him.
shield over to the left of you.
You guys have had a great night, many discussions. You got battle plans together. That outside, are you ready to do it?
Can we see outside of can we look out the windows into the surrounding universe at all?
Unfortunately, you can't see into the universe.
Does the door have a key, a keyhole or one of those little
there is a hole
eye things to see who's knocking on the door?
But that's because Thurman put the hole there.
It's a glory hole.
Nice. All right, so great cliffhanger, guys. Nice. You got strategy, you got some boons. We had some conversations.
Yeah,
right?
we did good.
Yeah, this greater disrupting is really nice. It's a 2d6 positive energy. And if I do a critical hit, they're pretty much stunned for a round, depending on how well it is.
You want to give it to your brother?
Yeah, I mean, if you want.
Well, why is that?
It's a greater disrupting. It's pretty much like a rune, but it's it's a weapon that pulses with positive energy, dealing an extra 2d6 positive damage to undead. On a critical, the undead is also pretty much stunned until the end of your next turn. And then depending on the successes, if it fails a DC 34 fortitude, critical fail, it's destroyed. It's gone. They're dead.
But can't you add that rune to your weapon?
Yeah, I could add it to mine.
Yeah, you should do that.
Will, would you be able to fire those Kurt, can you fire those bolts, or should Will?
Yeah, I just have to use the crossbow or something.
Here's the thing, in our current environment, probably would not work well, but in other environments where we're not surrounded by water, should be fine. Yeah, and Kurt, it's up to you. If you want, I can pass the crossbow over to you. You're welcome to use it.
What have you been attacking with, Will?
Mainly, it's been my rapier, the one that I got from Buzzon, because the rapier is Caden Kellyan's primary weapon.
Yeah.
In this episode, Will was the only one that lost the player's challenge. So let's just keep that going for next. It'll be a big cliffhanger. We'll keep stars going for the next. Okay. And we'll say star winner gets a stat point tonight.
Cool.
People are gonna have to listen to the next episode because we out of here.
I like
After listening to episodes 1 through 50, mind you, for those first time listeners on episode 51, whoever you are, you know who you are. We're not blaming you. We're better late than never, but we are highly recommending.
Hi, future Tom.
Hi.
Wow. We did it, guys. Nice job. Here we go. Tune in next week.
Yeah, maybe.
To find out what the hell these guys do as soon as they step out the door of this mansion.
Don't miss out. Press that subscribe button. Find us on Facebook and Instagram at Loaded Dice Rollers and at GMMacleods.